if you have to dip out, that's fine, but I'll just try and so you're not missing out. So grab your roller, I forgot what it was called then, and just sit on it for a minute. Where's the camera? Oh, on that camera. Cool. And then, gosh. And then we'll start. I don't know if we started already, Owen. I can't hear anything. So. Okay, thank you. So, I know you're sitting on the roller, and I say roller funny apparently, like ruler, because of my Mancunian accent, so go with it. Just open the door. So we're going to do some lovely stretches, some lovely movements. So we're going to start just sitting, rocking forwards and backwards. And just relax for a moment. Just a gentle rock. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And you kind of feel a little ridge. So welcome to Pilates on the roller today. So we're just rocking forwards and back, and you'll feel a ridge where the back of the hip is, and then there's a little gap between that and the bottom of the pelvis. And that feels quite nice. Sometimes it's quite uncomfortable, and we're giving it a little massage and a little stretch. So I want you to come onto the front of the, so roll back, push back, and it kind of makes your legs come straight because you've pushed back. So you're on the bottom part of your thigh bone, and just sit and just slightly rock forwards and back. And you should feel a little bony part under the back of your hip, and that's the top of the underneath part of the hip. And just a gentle rock. And we spend so much time leaning forwards, it's nice to stretch out the back of the hips here, but also the fronts of the hips, and we'll stretch those bits out later. So a little rock and roll, just forwards and backs, quite a small movement. And then I want you to lean onto one side. So just lean over, and it might feel a bit squeaky. And just keep going with that little forwards and backwards rocks. Your knees are slightly bent, they're not locked, otherwise it can be quite uncomfortable. Lovely. And then let's go on to the other side. A little rock and forwards and backwards on the other side. Lovely. And you might not feel anything at all, but if you've had hip replacements or you've got dodgy hips, painful hips, it can be quite uncomfortable. And again, you might feel it more on one side, and you might need to kind of go over a little bit further if you can feel it, or lean back a little bit so that you can feel it a little bit more. And it's really getting into the back of the hips. Ooh, lovely. Okay, come forwards again. Just start rocking forwards and backwards again. And I want you to really send your shoulders backwards. Pull the belly in. Just breathe. Relax the shoulders back and down. Lovely. And then we're going to, so your knees are more bent now. You're going to take your hands behind you. So they're kind of cupping the back of the roller. And I want you to send the shoulder blades back a little bit more. So you're squeezing them together and you're sending them down a little bit. So send them down and then release. Send them back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and down. And again, release. Sending them back and down. And release. Back and down. Lovely, okay. We're going to pop one hand onto the shoulder and just rotate the elbow. So lift the elbow and start making a circle with that elbow. Fabulous. And then we're going to make it bigger. So all the way forwards, tracing a big circle as big as you can. So if you've got some discomfort there, just do what you can. It tends to be easier with your hand on the shoulder because it's a shorter lever, so it's not as uncomfortable as if you were taking the whole arm over. So let's reverse that direction. Getting some lovely movement into the shoulder joint. Keep breathing, keep the belly pulled in. Always on the roller. Think about pelvic floor as well. So pulling in and upwards. And let's go back the other direction one more time. Trying to make it even bigger, as big as you can. So the elbow actually comes up and out all the way to the back, and then it touches the ribs and the waist. Okay, let's swap sides. Give that arm a shake off. So hand on the shoulder, just start small. And what's happening here, if your feet are forward, you're getting a nice stretch in the front of the feet as well, but you're getting a tightness into the back of the Achilles. So feel that as well. Try not to let the knees, oh, you're right there, we've got a little bit of noise. Small movements and then making it bigger. Breathe, think about your posture. And sitting this way kind of makes you, it tilts you forwards. So let's make that bigger. Keep going while I just mute. Keep going, if I can. No, it doesn't want to, Barbara. So keep going, reverse direction. Should be better. Ooh. That way. And then other direction, bigger, more focused, all the way forwards, up, out and back. Some crunches there, I can feel. As big as you can so it brushes the waist. Lovely. Good. Excellent. And then just pop your hands down. Just roll and lift those shoulders into a little shoulder roll. Up, back and down. Fabulous. Then we're going to slide 1 foot away. Slide away, slide it back. And you need to lean backwards a little bit. So I want you to engage those muscles in the belly. And it's just like a hover. It's like a hover, forwards and back. And that's quite tough onto the front of the hips. The hip flexors. You might want to just support the leg if you need to. See how you go. Strong into the thigh muscles, into those quads. Let's swap sides. So sliding away. I need a little bit of talcum powder on this mat. Sliding up and back. Up and back. Okay, and then take your feet wide. And we're just going to knock the knees in and out. In and out. In. So just gently, nothing too fast. Again, if you've got hip issues, you might not want to come too far in, but opening out those hips. Okay, bring the feet forwards. We're going to bring one foot in towards the roller. We're going to knock that knee out. You might need to take the other foot out a bit wide and just drop that knee to the side. You can give it a gentle press if you want to, opening out the hips here. And you'll find that you kind of come forward slightly, and that's okay. So just opening that hip, just a slight press. Lovely. Almost like a gentle rock, allowing that knee to come out. Good. And then let's swap sides. Bring that foot in. How does it feel, one side to the other? Have you got a bad side? I know some of you have. So this is my bad side, but I have more movement in it, which is really odd. I have much more flexibility. Lovely. Gentle press. Gentle press. Great. Keep going. Lovely. Couple more. Excellent. Bring your feet together and let both of them drop out. And again, it will send you forwards on the roller. Try not to make sure you fall off. So just a gentle press. Oh, I look like I'm lopsided. Gentle press and release, gentle press. So actively pressing the knees down and away. Just gently, being kind to your body. Okay, and then just pop yourself back on the roller and pop your feet out in front of you. We're going to round through the spine. So we're going to drop the hands down towards the ankles, down towards the feet. Allow the chin to drop. So your knees are bent. And just drop the head. And what happens is the roller will push. It kind of comes forwards and your bottom's pushing backwards. So your roller's underneath the thighs, and just dropping the head, allowing a stretch, and you'll feel that through the hamstrings, but we're working through from the hamstrings all the way up and over the coccyx, along the length of the spine, to the head, the neck, dropping the chin so you feel that stretch into the shoulders as well. Slowly roll up the chin, shoulders, come forwards on the roller. So you can't see me moving very much, but I've come forwards on the roller, then I'm going to push back again. So I'm pushing back. So it's like a roll down, as if you were standing, but we're seated. And I want to get some lovely stretch through the hamstrings. And just hold with the head relaxed. Take all that tension out of the head. Breathe. Lovely. And then roll back up. Okay, we're going to take one foot away and we're going to work through the ankle. So I want you to really flex the toes. Flex the foot up towards the knee and then point. And I think we underestimate our feet and ankles. If our feet and ankles are stiff and sore, then it travels up the body and you get tightness. If you've got tightness in the back, you feel it all the way up the back of the body. So flex and point, and then we're going to make a circle with the ankle, with the toes one way and then the other. Let's go in the opposite direction. And then I want you to spread the toes out. Spread them out and squeeze them. Spread and squeeze. Spread and squeeze. And then other side. So take the foot out, flex those toes right up. You get another stretch. You might feel that into the calf. Flex and point. Flex, point, flex, point. Lovely. And then let's make that circle all the way round one way. Pointing the toes, squeezing up, pointing and squeezing. And then let's go in the other direction. Lovely. And then let's open, spread those toes out and squeeze them. Open, squeeze, open, squeeze. Fabulous. Okay, let's come onto our backs on. So we're going to lie on the roller. I'm going to face away from the camera. Lengthways. So adjust so that your head's on the roller, your head supported, and your feet are nice and wide. And I want you to just lie. So try and get some evenness through the body. And if you can let your arms rest onto the floor, so your forearms rest onto the floor, if they can reach. If not, just take your time to get there. Or you can grab a cushion and pop it under your arms. And what you'll feel is your shoulder blades wrapping around the roller. And just let it be. Let those shoulders be. Your head's supported. Close your eyes if you want to. Your feet are supporting you. And then I want you to pop your hands on your belly. So thumbs on your belly button, first fingers on towards your pubic bone. And then I want you to actively press your spine, so that you normally got a gap in your spine, press it into the roller and then come into a small pelvic tilt and release. So it's quite a small movement because we're not lifting up, we're not into a bridge, we're just pelvic tilting. So, but the back presses first into the roller, and you squeeze the buttocks and then lift. You're just rolling into that pelvic tilt. So the only thing lifting is your coccyx slightly lifts. We're not into that bridge. I just want you to really focus on the back, on the spine, pressing out that gap. So just pressing and releasing, taking your time. And you might feel that into the fronts of the hips now. Okay, pop your hands down onto the floor, bring your feet in a little bit more, and then let's try and make that movement a bit bigger. So you start small. So pelvic tilt and start to lift a little bit, the sacrum off, the roller maybe. And then slightly bigger as you roll and lift and roll back down. And you start to lift so you can feel that tension into the shoulder blades, in between the shoulder blades. We're not coming into a full bridge yet. Try and keep the knees out. Try and keep the knees where they are. Try not to let them knock in. Lovely. And then I want you to come into as high as you can. Just press, 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 squeeze the bottom. Lower down, still into that roll so that we come up one vertebrae at a time. It's really easy to just lift the bottom and lower, but I really want you to lower down slowly, working through the spine, squeezing through the bottom. Adjust your feet. It feels very different coming into a bridge on the roller. Lovely. Last one, we're going to hold it up. And I just want you to squeeze and release. Squeeze the bottom, release. So you might feel the bottom coming closer to the roller and squeezing up the hips. Lower, squeeze, lower, and then hold it up. We're going to let go of one cheek. So you relax one cheek and then squeeze up, relax the other. So the hip drops slightly as we really target the muscles in the glutes and the fronts of the hips. And we release and squeeze, release, squeeze. How does it feel one side to the other? And then roll down. Lovely. Okay, let's just come side to side. So a gentle movement side to side. And you know how to do this. So just using the strength in your legs to push your body from one side to the other. Hands are on the floor still. Keeping you steady so you're not going to fall off. Feeling that roller into the shoulders, into the shoulder blades. Just enjoy it. Feel it into the back of the head. Lovely. Feel it into the backs of the hips again, where we were working earlier. Pressing down through the feet, through all of the toes. Okay, we're going to make it much bigger now. Start with the hands up towards the ceiling. And then as you come to one side, send the arms to the other side. So they act as a counterbalance. Oop, I've got mics and things in the way. Or do what you need to do to make you feel safe, steady, and go from one side, rolling right onto your hip, the shoulder. Lovely. Woo. You'll get more confident. I haven't done this for a little while, so you get more confident as you go with it. And if you can go all the way to the side, even better. Massaging the whole of the back of the body, the back of the torso. Lovely, keep going. Releasing all those little knots in your body. Are you all right, Mary? Fabulous. Keep going, just a couple more times. And then hold it there. Okay, we're going to take our hands down. Let's come into some core work. So, lifting one leg into half tabletop, and then we're going to lift the other into tabletop. Now, adjust. Ooh, feeling wobbly? Relax the feet off. So try to take the tension out of the ankles. And just holding here can be quite strong. Think about pressing the spine again into the roller. So you're not, sometimes when we're lifting the legs, we dome through our belly, and that makes the wrong muscles work. So pulling in helps you to make the right muscles work. So we're going to start with just a tap down with one foot. So keeping that angle through the knee, you've got a little bit further to go than if you were just lying on the floor. So swapping feet, slowly tapping one foot down towards the floor. So you're not extending the leg, you're literally hinging from the hip, tapping down, lifting back up to the neutral position. Take your time. This is not a fast movement. Dropping down. Now control it on the way up. Slowly, slowly. And trying to keep that leg that is still stable. So try to keep it still. Try not to let it move. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. How does that feel? Is it okay? So your foot is not coming closer to your bottom, it's coming away. And then drop your feet down nice and wide. Let your knees come in towards each other. And just rest them off. Rest off the hips. Coming into a full body stretch. So take the feet away. Let them settle onto the heels. If you can, take your arms overhead and just stretching out the front of the body. Stretching out the hips, the belly, under the armpits. Lovely. Press the toes away. Press the fingers away. Are the back of your hands touching the floor? Or are you miles away? It doesn't matter. Just notice it. Let's see if we can improve it over the next few weeks. Okay, gently bringing the arms in. Bringing the feet in and wide. Let's work on the shoulders. So hands come up towards the ceiling into... I can never remember what this is called. I do. We're going to press the hands away. Push the hands up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, but keeping that same distance between the hands. It's in the tip of my tongue. Press away. Squeeze. It's my menopausal brain. It's something like depression. It's not depression. Oh. Press away. Retraction, protraction, no, press away, squeeze, press, squeeze, and it's a bit uncomfortable squeezing into the roller. Squeeze, press. Now hold that press away to the ceiling. Press, press, and then I want you to push one side a bit more than the other. So you're reaching, and then bring it back to neutral position. Other hand reaches away to the ceiling. Settles back to neutral. Press away. Neutral. Press. Press. And press. And then other directions. So hands are palms are in. We're going to squeeze one shoulder blade back towards the roller and allow it to come back to neutral. Squeeze the other side. So the same as we were just doing, but we're isolating one arm, one shoulder blade, and then the other. And if you do a lot of computer work, knitting, sewing, lots of arm, hand work, you can get quite tight into a specific area, into the shoulder blades. And this can be nice to just massage and release. Okay, we're going to take one arm up and overhead. Thumb comes towards the floor. Touch if you can. Lift it and drop it down towards the floor by your thigh. Lift and then swap sides. So other hand, thumb comes towards the floor. Lift up to meet the other hand and lower down. Swap sides. So one at a time. Arm comes arm almost brushes the ear and then drops, almost brushing the thigh. Back to neutral. And then overhead, other side, and then let's tick-tock. So one arm up, one arm down. Bring them towards each other in the centre. Hands go over and down to centre and back. Trying to keep nice long arms. Keep length through the fingers, pressing them away if needs be. Lovely. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, then we're going to change slightly. I might need a bit more room. We're going to send the hands up and over, and then we're going to take the hands around in a semicircle. And you might find a little squeaky bit. Up to the centre and over. Hands come down and around. And up and down. Down and around. Take your time here. Take your time. Up. Down. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So lift up and down. Keep going. Keep going. Are your hands touching the floor all the way or not? Do they come off at a certain point? It's fine, honestly. A lot of us have impingement through the shoulders, which really restricts some of those movements. And you might need to lift the arms off the floor to allow your arms to come into those positions. Okay, just hands come up towards the ceiling, open them out, just relax. Bring the hands together up to in front of you and open out. Up together and open out. One more. Open out and bring the hands down onto the floor again. Back to core, legs, belly. Okay, so readjust. Come back into tabletop. Okay, we're going to send one leg away to 45 degrees and we're just going to circle towards the outside. Small circle like a tea plate. Small circle. Slow, controlled. So you're trying to keep that other knee nice and still. You're trying to keep your whole body still. You're using your hands to support you. Okay, reverse direction of that leg in the air. So your leg is long. It's not bent. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly pop those feet down and just rest for a second. Wiggle, jiggle. Wiggle, jiggle. We're going to come into the other leg now. So come into tabletop. We're going to straighten off the other leg and come into that little small, slow circle. Small and slow. Working the core. Using all those muscles that help to support you, help to keep you still. And then reverse direction. Keep going. Keep going. Lovely. Slowly, slow it down. Slow it down. And then bring those feet in. Just rest those knees outwards. Lovely. Okay. Coming back to tabletop. Now, How do you feel about just lifting the fingers off or hovering the hands? Ooh, just hovering momentarily. So you really need to use your body, use your core to keep you still. Literally hover and pop them down again. Lovely. Good. Just lift and lower. Working through the core muscles to keep you steady. Trying to keep those knees still. Excellent. Fabulous. And then drop them down. Back into that full body stretch. Hands go overhead. Toes point away. Excellent. Bring those arms back. Okay. Let's roll off, dismount gracefully, as Helen would say. Ooh, I've come undone. We're going to 2-6. We're going to move the roller up to our shoulders. So, long ways. We're going to just pop the roller underneath the shoulders, which feels quite nice. You might need to support your head here. So interlink your hands and pop your hands underneath, cradling your head. So elbows come out wide if you can. And then we're going to just lift the bottom. And then you're going to rock and roll, so slowly. So you use your feet to press and bring your body closer. So you're bringing your bottom closer to your heels, and then you're pressing them away. Your elbows are wide, so you get a massage along the superficial tissues of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder blades, into the upper back, to the tops of the shoulders. You don't need to go too far down. It can be a bit uncomfortable if you get too close to your kidneys, your ribs, etc. So just slowly, really slowly, massaging into the shoulders. Sending the elbows out wide. And you shouldn't feel any tension through the neck because your head is supported. If you can't get your hands behind, then just have a rest out. Okay, we're going to pop the hands on opposite shoulders. So elbows are up, pointing up towards the ceiling, and we're moving backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And I've dropped my head because that's hard to keep your head up. Take your eye gaze to the side if you need to. One side and then the other. And this might be, you might feel it a little bit more into the shoulders as we come into the deeper layers. You can take your hands up to the ceiling. Keep going, keep massaging through the back. Lovely. Lovely. And then just rest your bottom down. Wiggle jiggle the roller so it's underneath your head. I love this bit. I should save it till the end really, but we're just in a natural position to do this. So you're just lying, resting like the roller's a pillow, a bit hard, but, and then I want you to just let the chin come down towards the chest. Just let the head drop. So the chin is on the chest, and then just move the head from side to side, and you feel the roller into those occipital bones, and stay on one side and just make a circle with your chin. Now I've got a headache today and this feels quite nice on that side, so a bit selfishly we're going to stay here. So just make a circle. We hold a lot of tension here. And then we're going to change direction. So send your chin around the other way. Just take your time. Allow yourself this time to stretch, to massage the back of the head, which then helps relieve tension into the shoulders. And then let's come back to the center and just take your head side to side again. Just gently, slowly. It's as if you're looking one way and then the other. And then we're going to hold it on the other side. So take your eye gaze or close your eyes as if you were looking to the other side. And just massage side to side to start with. And then start to make that circle. And while you're here, you're getting a stretch into the top of the spine, the top of the shoulders. A gentle, subtle stretch. Okay, opposite direction. So make a circle the other way. Lovely. Keep going. If you've got any knots, just hold it there and a little massage. And then come back to the center. Just hold it there. And then lift your chin. Lower your chin. Lift the chin and lower. This time we're going to lift the chin and just look to the side. One side and then the other. So you're higher than the occipital bones. So it's like a little roll from side to side. And then chin to chest. Chin to chest, hold it there, roll again. So side to side, one side, and then the other. One side, and the other. And then hold it there. You're going to take the roller, you're going to scoop it out from away from under your head, and you're going to slide it under your bottom, under the hips. And then we're going to come into those. We're going to lift the feet again, lift the knees. And we're going to come into a cycle. Not a cycle. We'll start with a single leg extension. So straighten off one leg, bring it back. Straighten off the other leg and bring it back. So trying to straighten the leg, but then drop the foot down towards the floor. Lower and slowly, nice and slowly. What I want you to feel is a stretch into the front of the hips. So we've stretched off the back, but I want you to stretch the fronts. Take your time. No sudden movements, gentle. Feel that stretch into the front. You might feel it into the groin as well. Keep going. Slowly alternating those legs. So a nice leg stretch. And then let's alternate. So we're going to slide one leg away, bring the knee in towards the body of the other side, and then swap over. You can help the knee towards the body if you want to with your hands. So it's a press, pull, press, pull, press, pull, press, pull. Keep going slowly though. There's no rush. Fabulous. Keep going. Keep going. Lovely. And then let's cycle. So same kind of movement but in a circle. So knee in. Other leg stretches but in a more circular motion. Pointing the toes. Slowly. Lovely. Can you reverse? Can you go backwards? So as if you were cycling backwards. Press that foot down and away. Squeezing the knees in. Lovely. Okay, bring the knees into chest. Just give them a hug. Just enjoy that lovely stretch with the support of the roller. Okay, send those feet down. Can you send the legs, both legs away? So you're resting on the heels. You might not like it. So do what you can. You might want to just bend your knees. See how you go. But stretching out those legs away stretches the front of the body, but actually you feel a squeeze into the bottom. And just hold. You might want to just rock and roll a little bit. We won't be here too long. I know not everybody likes this extension. Fabulous. Okay, slide the roller away and pop your feet on it. So heels are into your bottom. Coming back to that bridge series. So feet are on, and I know this is not easy, this bit, so work through the pelvic tilt to start with. Just a gentle pelvic tilt. Now what happens with the rollers, your knees try to come out as you come into those movements. So keep going, stay with that bridge, just gently lifting and lowering. And then come in, lifting, lovely, lifting your bottom a little bit higher each time. Sorry if you get cramp in the backs of your hamstrings or your calf muscles. Sorry about that. Does it feel like it's trying to make your knees go outwards? You're looking pretty good, I must say. Okay, next time up, you're going to hold it up and you're going to make your knees go out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. So about 4 times out and then lower down and go again. So rolling down, rolling back up. Push, push, push those hips as high as you can. Squeeze the bottom. Lovely. One more time. I'll roll down and then roll back. Up, 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 all the way. Up, up, up. Lovely. Feet out, knees, sorry, out and in. Keep the hips high. Roll down. Okay, one more time. We're just going to roll back up. Up, up, up. And then you're going to squeeze the bottom, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And hold up, hold, squeeze, hold, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down. And rest for a second. I want you to roll up halfway. Roll down. Roll up halfway. And down. Roll up halfway. And down. Halfway. And down. Then we're going to roll all the way up. Up to a bridge. We're going to release halfway. Roll back up. Release halfway. Back up. Release half. Squeeze. Release half. Squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze and roll all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest. And then the best bit. It's not really. I'm lulling you into a false sense of security. So coming onto your front, and you know what's coming, don't you? This, oh hang on. This is good for you, this bit. So let's just start with the roller. across your hips, across your groins, and that natural place where it'll settle. So, and let your toes point in, let your heels just drop out to the side. And then I want you to just allow your body to rest on the floor and pop your head onto your hands. So there's not so much of a back bend there, not so much of an extension. Lovely. Then we're going to lift our bodies. Come onto your forearms and hands come in front of you. Okay, you know what's coming, don't you? We're going to lift we're going to press, lift your feet off, walk your hands, elbows away. So come into that position where the tops of your thighs are underneath the roller. And then you're going to bring your body forwards so that the roller comes towards the tops of your knees and roll back. Relax the feet. Just relax the feet. So it feels kind of neutral, rolling through the thighs in a neutral way. Not too uncomfortable, hopefully. If it's too uncomfortable, by your knees, don't come so far down. Ooh. Eek. Are you squeaking yet? Eek. Okay. Toes out, heels together. Working on the inside of the thighs. I'm sorry. You can take your hands further, your elbows further away, so you get a bigger movement. So you come from the groin all the way down to the inside of the knee. Eek. Rolling up and down. Keep going. Back to the centre. Oh, relax the feet off. Oh, onto the fronts of the thighs. Knotty, knotty. Okay. Then, toes together, heels out. Eek. Oh, how's that, ladies? Is it horrible? Oh, I haven't done this for a long, long time. We should do this every day or every other day. But we don't, do we? Lovely. Keep going. Keep going. Into that neutral position. Centre of the thighs, right down the middle. Fabulous. And then just rest in that neutral position. So have the roller back where we started, but keep your weight through your elbows and your forearms. And then squeeze the bottom, tuck the bottom under, almost like a pelvic tilt, and then release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, squeeze. Tucking the bottom under and release. Squeeze and release and squeeze and release. Lovely. Ooh, fabulous. Let's come back onto bottom to heels. So into child's pose. Knees come wide. Send your hands away on the roller. Rest your body. Rest your head on the floor if you can. Hands wrap around the roller. Can you take your knees a bit wider? You might not be able to. So just press the hands away, allowing the armpits to come towards the floor. Press the bottom back, press the fingers, the hands away. Slowly come up, bring the roller back. Hands come on the roller, knees come under hips. Head is neutral, neck is neutral. And then we're going to come into cat-cow. So we're going to round the spine, tuck the bottom in, eye gaze, chin to chest, so eye gaze comes through the legs. Feel that stretch across the breadth of your shoulder blades and the length of the spine. Lower, lift the chin, slowly, slowly. Press the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chin, drop the belly. Breathe. Start from the head. Lower the head. Eye gaze to floor, chin to chest. Round through the shoulders, round through the spine. Tuck the bottom under. Pull the belly in. Pelvic floor pulls in. Everything is tight. Breathe and roll. Let it go from pelvic floor. Pelvis, lower back. Shoulders, spine, lifting the head, lifting the chin. It's almost sticking the bottom out. Lifting, lifting. And back, roll back down, head drops, shoulders press away, spine pulls up, tail tucks under, eye goes through the knees, and come into that other stretch away. So lifting the chin, feel that stretch at the front of the belly, into neutral. Last one, we're going to just press, move the roller forwards, weight through the wrists, and then come back. So it's a small movement with the hands. You're just moving your bottom backwards, move the bottom forwards, trying to keep a lovely neutral spine, press forwards so you've got weight through the wrists. Come back, lean forwards, keep the belly tucked in. Pull back. Last time. Lovely. Good. And then we're going to come into relaxation. So just move the wrists, circle them one way, and then the other way. Fabulous. So make yourselves comfy. You can lie on the roller, you can lie on the floor, you can grab a cushion. I love sitting on the roller. It's really good for your spine. It stretches you out while you're lying. So, close your eyes. Close your eyes and just breathe. Allow your palms to turn up, facing the ceiling. Take the tension away from the fingers, the thumbs, the toes and the feet. And just breathe normally. But notice your breath. And notice the points of pressure where your body touches the floor or the roller. Just notice and breathe. And then make that breath deeper, longer, slower. Feel the ribs lifting. And lowering. Feel the belly rise and fall as you make that breath deeper, longer, slower. Breathe away any tension. And just listen to any sounds around you. Just notice them, acknowledge them, and then let them go. So you're aware of them, but they're not bothering you. Come back to your breath. The movement in your body as you breathe. And notice the difference in air temperature now as the weather cools down. The temperature of the air as you breathe in, and the temperature as you breathe out. There's so many things going on in the world today. It's good to just take a few moments to be still, to be quiet, to rest and relax. There's plenty of time to think and worry. So just a few moments for yourself.